Hello, this is Pastor Rick, and I want to welcome you to the Sunday Forum on this Sunday, June the 11th. And I've invited Pastor Will to join me because, Pastor Will, you have a special announcement that you want to give to the good people of Emmanuel. And so first of all, welcome to the Sunday Forum.
Thank you, Pastor Rick. Thank you for inviting me.
And what's the announcement that you would like to give?
Well, it's to use the word we were just talking about, it's a bittersweet announcement, but Emmanuel Lutheran Church up in Venice, Florida, my home congregation, they have offered me a call and voted to call me, and I have accepted that call as their new lead pastor.
Okay, I think I'm speaking for, not just for myself, but for the people of Emmanuel, that when we hear that kind of announcement, it is bittersweet. Mm-hmm. On the one hand, you're going back to your home congregation. I know you're thrilled about that. It's a great opportunity. And so we're happy for you and your whole family. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, we're sad because, as you know, this congregation just loves you, has embraced you, and it's hard to hear. Good news is you don't live that far away. Venice Beach is not that far away, so we can visit anytime we want. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the congregation, because this was a formative congregation in your own life, and now you're going back to that place. Tell us about it.
It's kind of unbelievable and very much unexpected, but if any place could pull me away from Emmanuel here in Naples, it would be my home congregation. It's been so formative for me growing up. You know, it's where I was baptized and confirmed, and where Jackie and I got married, and I was ordained there, and you were there too, and a lot of you were there too, and it was just an incredible experience. And yes, this is it's a congregation very much similar here to Emmanuel in Naples. Maybe not as innovative and unique as this place is here, but it's full of warm and loving people, and they want to do ministry and be involved in their community just like this place here. So it's exciting for us.
Some of our people saw your ordination, visited your church, the one you're going to, Emmanuel, in Venice, during the ordination, and for many that was the first time they had participated in a service like that. Mm. It was really quite overwhelming for many, and I know it was for you as well.
It was, yeah. It was the first time I participated in one too, but it was just great to have these two communities come together that have meant so much to me in my life, you know, for the whole span of my life. And yes, it was a very overwhelming experience to have all those pastors place their hands on me. And I could feel the weight of the office, as you well know.
Yes. You know, let's go and talk about the Park Church. Mm-hmm. It's unique. There's not another congregation like it in the ELCA, certainly not here in Florida. You've been there to kind of create what's been achieved. Tell us about the congregation out there at the park, and what are you most proud of as far as what you all have achieved as a congregation?
The fact that we have made the vision of this congregation a reality in Emmanuel Park is what I'm most proud of, and what I believe our people are most proud of. The diversity of Golden Gate Estates and how we've brought that community together in this place, not just through faith, but through the actual park itself, a place where people can rest and recreate themselves. It's just been a blessing, and I hope you all know what a blessing it has been to that community out there that Emmanuel has done this. And it's just in the perfect spot, and it's only just beginning. So it's an exciting time for Emmanuel Park and the people out there.
There's just certain pictures, I think, in all of our minds of you standing in the sun with a hat on and shorts and a stole, preaching on the podium, you know, in front of the lake. There's just certain images from out there, or on Wednesdays, you know, packing cars for 530 families. Those are really strong memories that we'll always cherish and carry with you and your ministry here.
It's been a congregation since we've started it almost 4 years ago, that has met needs in the community. You know, we started out of COVID, if you remember that, as a drive-in service, and it really just took off because the need was there. And then the feeding program came along, and our relationship with Meals of Hope, which is stronger than ever now, and we continue to meet the needs of the community, and it's just a beautiful thing. So I'm anxious to see what God has in store next for the people of Emmanuel Park.
So let me just go over some details of some of the processes that have been put into place, and then we'll circle around and hear some final thoughts from you. But it's important to know that their last Sunday is?
It'll be Sunday, July 2nd.
So 4th of July weekend, July 2nd. And we're going to throw a party out there. It's going to be a barbecue.
Of course. We have to have good food out there. That's what we're known for.
And we're going to try to arrange transportation so that after we finish our service here, our Morning Line Drive, there'll be carpooling out there. There'll be buses. And so we'll get as many people out there to see you, to say goodbye, and also for some to see the pavilion for the first time.
Yeah. If you haven't been to see the pavilion yet, it's worth that trip alone.
Secondly, then, that will be the celebration on July the 2nd. Some of our immediate needs is to have someone to fill in for you beginning on July the 2nd, or hopefully a little bit of an overlap of one Sunday. And we're working on that. We have some wonderful ideas of putting someone in place so that there's no gap in the leadership out at the park. And then, of course, we're going to have to put together another call committee, just like we have one call committee now for the senior pastor. We'll set up a second call committee to call someone out at the park. That will all be handled by the church council, and they're already discussing how this might be done. So we're really on top of the situation. You'll be hearing more in the coming weeks from the church council. But now, some last final thoughts that you'd want to give to Emmanuel.
The biggest thing, of course, is we're just so grateful, my wife, Jackie, and our daughter, Elisha, for the love that you all have shown us. So thankful for the help you've given us over the years. We came into this congregation with some serious health issues, and you all as a people, as a church family, have stepped up and have helped us beyond measure. And it's just been an overwhelmingly powerful experience for us to know that we're so loved and so appreciated by people, by you all. And we'll just hold a special place in our hearts for you all. And it means a lot, and it is a bittersweet thing to be leaving here. But we're just so grateful. Thank you for everything that you've done for us, and thank you for walking with us.
On behalf of the staff, your colleagues, but also the members of Emmanuel, we also are grateful for your service out at the park. Building a new congregation during the time of COVID. I mean, there's just certain things that are amazing when you think back at them. But I think one of my fondest memories is when you would fill in every once in a while here at church, and you'd come at the front, and there was always a buzz, and you'd wave to the choir and greet, hello choir, and then there was always this nice exchange. It was almost like a homecoming each time you came and led worship here at Emmanuel.
And I'm thankful, Pastor Rick, that you all were able to have me, and I was able to continue to share the story of Emmanuel Park with everyone, and have this connection from the resident pastor program here. And just want to quickly say, thank you to Pastor Frank Lee for that experience that was so formative, and Jean Lee. And thank you to you and to Pastor Steve. Pastor Steve always said that his gift from God was he was able to bring talented people together as a team. And I just feel so fortunate that I got to be one of those people that has been a part of this ministry at Emmanuel, even if but for 6 years that I've been here. So thank you, everyone.
So again, on behalf of the church, we want to thank you. And we want to continue to pray for two things. One is for a smooth transition for you and the whole family. Moving is never easy. In fact, it's one of the toughest things we can do. So we want to lift you up for that transition as positive as it can be. But also we want to pray for the congregation out at the park now as they go through that transition. Want to keep them strong and focused on their faith that God will take them to the next step of ministry out there on Oil Well Road. Again, Will, thanks for joining us on the Sunday Forum. You're in our prayers. Make sure you write or call or do whatever you need to do to show signs of appreciation for Will, for the family, and for the ministry that they have conducted here at Emmanuel. Thanks again for joining us on this bittersweet Sunday Forum. Bye-bye now.